Hello, I'm Dawn Durham, and welcome to PaTTANpod. When we think about a multi-tiered system of support, we see that triangle in our head, and on one side we have academics, and on the other side we have behavior. Thinking about our students, they integrate academics and behavior without any thought. We need to integrate the two sides of the triangle to yield stronger outcomes for our students. Joining us today are three schools who have been focusing on integrating the academics and behavior side of the MTSS triangle to actualize better student outcomes. We have Marc Cacciotti, the special education teacher and head teacher from Maple Ridge Elementary School. Thanks for being here with us.
Welcome.
We have Abby Mosier, the Title I reading specialist from Punxsutawney Elementary School. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And we have Pat Heater, the RTII coordinator from Middle Smith Mill Elementary of the East Stroudsburg School District. We're glad you're here today. Let's start off by just talking about why the three schools decided to go towards an integrated system. Why did we choose to integrate academics and behavior?
Well, the Punxsutawney Area School District is in a unique situation where we had 7 schools that came into one big school. So we had a very strong RTI system throughout all of our schools, but our behaviors the system we used for positive behaviors varied so much. And it was clear to us that we needed something across the board to really integrate positive behaviors along with our academics for the entire school.
So for you, it kind of came down to that consistency piece once we consolidated several groups together.
Right.
Okay. Good.
So at Maple Ridge, our main concern is making sure that our students have a successful day every day, and it's for all students. To do that, we know that we have to focus on academics, behavior, social emotional learning, and we've really spent a lot of time with the mental health component as well. It's really easy to start to fall into that trap where academics is your main focus and those other areas get pushed to the side. But we know as educators that we need to look at the whole child. So that's really why we looked at integrating academics and behavior and those other components as well.
So you recognize that academics weren't going to carry it all through. You needed that behavioral and social emotional component to ensure success all around for the child.
Absolutely.
And how about with Middle Smithfield?
Well, our key thing was we always looked at the whole child, but we were operating under the two silos, the academic and the school-wide positive behavior. And we felt that we needed to make sure that we were meeting all the needs of our students. And there had been an increase in office referrals, and especially in our young primary grades. And we thought we really have to take the direct focus. So when this opportunity arose, we knew that this was something that we would benefit from within our district and within our building. Our building is like the starting point, and then the district is actively involved with it as well.
So you really use your data to drive the decision to integrate because you noticed some things were happening that weren't driving and matching up with what you were hoping to have.
Yes.
So when you think about all the reasons why, and these are reasons we hear across the state and many more of why we need to be thinking about integrating academics and behavior, that's not easy work to do. That's a significant amount of work and thought process and even cultural shift that has to happen. How did you go about doing that?
So we've been under awesome leadership for the past few years. Josh Spangler is our principal at Maple Ridge, and he has completely changed the culture and climate of our school district in a positive way for the students and for the staff. He has given the opportunity to have PLCs by grade level and by subject level, so that MTSS team now is able to meet weekly, and we're able to integrate academics and behavior to see students that are being successful behaviorally or academically, and we're able to look at different grade levels and different tiers and really drill down to see which one is driving the other. Is it behavior or is it academics that maybe we need to focus on?
So leadership played a key role in moving this cultural shift to integration.
Great leader.
Yeah. How about you for Pat? What do you think about how you go about or how you go about integrating academics and behavior for your school?
Well, I feel also the leadership at the district level, all 6 of our buildings had the RTI and the school-wide positive behavior, but again, merging them together had to be the focus. And when we comprised our team, or when the individuals were invited to come, we made sure that we hit all areas of our building, as well as our English language learners, our school psychologists. The grade levels were well represented besides myself and the guidance counselors and so that whole team approach, because usually the school-wide positive behavior team had grade level representation, but they maybe didn't have it across all of the disciplines. And so that was a key thing for us to make sure that all the voices from within the building were being heard, and then sharing it out at the district level meetings. And I think that that's been very important.
I think that's a key piece we often miss in schools. We have a core group of professionals that seem to get together continuously and it's the core group holds all that knowledge. But if we don't have a voice from all aspects and all stakeholders, and we don't share that information, I could see how it could become quite problematic for us. And how about you, Abby? Why do you think how did you go about doing this?
Like I said, we have had so many changes coming together, but the consolidation was plenty for our school this year. So we're starting small. I would have to agree with what both of them said. Our team and our leadership from above, like our support from our administration and the members of our team, are a key component. Without that, we wouldn't be moving forward at all. We also, we started slowly where we're kind of implementing this in one grade level to start so that we can get a good foundation before we roll it out to the other grades so that all the bugs are fixed first. So we started, we made a data tool that we were able to view all our data. We did some screenings for behaviors, which we really hadn't had in place before. And now we're able to use this tool to kind of see the behaviors beside the academics, and it just kind of does it for the teachers so they're able to quickly pull it up and see here's some areas that we need improved upon.
So that starting small and scaling up.
Yeah.
Right. We often, and you know this as educators, we want to fix everything today,
right,
and we want to fix it on a large scale, but we have to start small, get really good in a solid foundational base, and then we can start scaling up.
Yeah.
And Abby, you kind of laid us right into the next kind of content area I want to talk to you about, the benefits of the integration system. Share with me the benefits that the school has already seen, and what benefits you project might you see in the future.
I mean, as educators, we know that behaviors and academics go hand in hand, but it's hard to actually see, with the data and things, without actually having that data in front of you, where you need to improve upon. And I think it'll make teachers more purposeful in their planning and actually changing some of their instruction, not just differentiating academically like we do, but also based on the behaviors and things like that to see an improvement.
I like that word, purposeful. I think that's something we need to continue to say to ourselves, purposeful, purposeful, purposeful. Yeah. How about it? Why? What do you think in regards to the benefits that you see now or you project we'll see in the future?
Right. We've seen a lot of benefits, and the major benefit would be that our office discipline referrals have gone down.
Good.
And our reading composite scores have grown, which is the ultimate goal.
Wow.
Decrease behaviors and increase academics.
Yeah.
We are a PBIS Tier 1 and Tier 2 school through the state, and we're approved for identifying students with SLD through the RTII model. So we were really trying to layer, and we created the dashboard going through the integration series, and that has really helped because it has streamlined all of our information systems. So we pull data from attendance, office discipline referrals, the SRSS. We've even gone into parent engagement and academic engagement, and then that system can give us a number to tell us if those students are on track or off track. So we can really drill down to see if the students are on or off track, but then we can step back and see a bigger scale to see classrooms and obviously school-wide. So there's been benefits in so many different areas, and I think in the future we're looking to just keep layering, keep using those teams like our SAP team, our PBIS team, and just integrate those to make sure that we're collaborating with each other and not doing separate work.
That collaboration piece, I think, is key here, not just for the students' benefit, but for professionals, our own benefit as well, and for the community around us to know that when I send my child into these four walls, I know everyone is collaborating, everyone's on the same team to red flag any concerns we might have. Benefits you've seen or look to see in the future?
Well, the one thing that we did was I feel that we benefit is the collaboration, because now it's like focusing together on everything, like our school improvement plan, or as well as our school, the school-wide positive behavior, the academics, and again, I'd love to see your dashboard because we created one too, where everyone would have access to the information. So whether they were in attendance or their representative was there, they know where to go to get that information. And even though we've always had lots of conversations going on, I feel now they're a little bit more structured, and the collaboration really has had a positive effect on our building And again, the behavioral tool, this is the first time we were using a behavior screener, which we started in 1 grade. Like you said, you have to start small, and then we plan to follow those students and continue with that. Is RIU has been wonderful, and they provided a lot of support for us. So our plan is to continue, like we started with certain steps in place, and continue to grow and follow the group of students. We start with 2nd grade as they go on through our next couple of grades within our building, and then as they move into the intermediate buildings.
I like this idea of collaboration, using our data-driven decision-making process, purposeful, streamlining our efforts. You know, that's why we walk into the building every day, is to ensure student outcomes, and we do it through these facets, so I appreciate that. You know, as I reflect back on schools that we support across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, one of the things that, you know, people ask us all the time is, I don't even know where to start. I don't know how to begin. What's that even look like in our first problem-solving team meeting? So what advice would you offer to school problem-solving teams who are looking to move towards an integrated system? I'll start here with you, Marc. What advice are you going to offer these teams that are listening?
And it can be overwhelming because there's so much to attack. And like you had said, I think if you're starting small, you have to assess the temperature or the gauge of your school, even your community, like you had said, because we really want to see what students are coming to us, what home lives do they have, and what are the barriers that they have that we can try to knock down, because that's really the key to having them have that successful day. So we've looked at that, and then we designed our interventions through what the needs are. So we've started things like morning movers to get kids up and moving in the morning. We have interventions over lunch and recess time where they're learning social skills. So I think just trying to find something that is an area of concern and just really attacking it.
Excellent. Good.
I mean,
advice do you have to offer?
Agree with the starting small, obviously. I also think it's important for us, it was really important to have a strong team. People that work well together, are able to, you know, be on the same page and just really like pull into it and get what we need to benefit the students the best we can, you know, so that strong team was really important. And also I think as we're kind of unraveling it to our teachers, making it meaningful to them, giving them the why are we doing this, so that they really know what we're going toward and why it's important, how it's going to benefit our students as a whole. So.
Being very open and honest, saying,
Yeah.
much like we give students, we
Right.
say, when they say, why do we have to learn this? Well, here's why. We need to do that with our
Pretty
teachers
much,
as well.
yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. What advice would you offer, Pat?
I think first you have to really look at what is in place within your building and how is it working, and which areas then are your strengths that you want to continue to build on, but what are the needs? Like you said, I mean, our population has been changing drastically over the last 10 years, and so the needs of our building are very different. And if you don't look to see what you have in place and use a lot of the evaluation tools that are out there, then you're not able to necessarily make mindful decisions. So I would say that's the first thing, really reflecting on what is in place and looking to see where you want to continue growing it and what areas that you target, and then elicit the support from your IU, from PaTTAN, and from the other valuable resources that we have. We're fortunate to have in Pennsylvania, really, we do.
That reflection piece is so key, isn't it?
Yes.
We emphasize that with our students. Well, I need you to sit and think about this for a minute. Or with our little ones, or with our older ones, we say, well, you know, I need you to think about where you're going with this, or why you would choose this. We have to do that for ourselves, and as a whole system, it can be quite powerful when we just really stop and don't talk about reflection, but really reflect and see, why are we doing this, and what benefits would it offer to our students? Wonderful. Marc, Abby, and Pat, thank you so much for being here today on PaTTAnpod. We really appreciate everything that you do for your schools, but across the community and the larger scale of Pennsylvania itself. You really inspire educational growth within your schools, and we appreciate that.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of you in the field. You inspire educational growth in your students every day. A special thank you to John Radsdale for producing this podcast. See you next time on PaTTAnpod.